everybody. Welcome to the Kiki Dee Show. Woo, 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 woo. This is our first episode.
No, it's not. We just recorded for 30 minutes with no sound. I mean, we were nervous as hell. We recorded for 30 minutes with no sound. I'm not gonna let that. I gotta tell the people.
You're supposed to let that go.
Nah, I ain't
You're
let
not
it go.
supposed to know all that.
Yeah, no sound. I took my shirt off. I was about to get a cigar, everything. Then all of a sudden, yeah, we was like, let's hear it, let's watch it. I was like, we watch it later, I'm tired. Then you turned it on, it was like no sound.
It was like this.
Gosh, this is good practice though. So that means that this take should be better. So it's in service to you guys.
I hope so.
Okay, so again, as my wife says, Kiki Dee Show. So Kiki, who are you?
Well, who are we?
Who are we?
Who are we?
Who are we?
The Kiki Dee Show. So this is our take 2 episode because we
recorded with no sound.
The first episode was jacked up. So we have been talking about doing a podcast forever now, and here we are. We're now doing it, and I'm thankful for that. So we are. Dee and I have been married for almost 30 years.
You still
30 years? Yeah, 30 years. In January 23, it will be 30 years. We are grandparents. Shut up. We are grandparents. We are grandparents. We are real estate investors. We are military veterans. I'm a disabled veteran. And along with many things in between that. So we are hopefully getting ready to embark on this new venture of...
We're going to share some information. Yeah, we're going to share some information. We figure, there are some things that we wish we had known. Wish we had someone to tell us, and life would have been a little easier. We don't know how much that pain helped us, by the way, but in hindsight, we would like to be able to bless someone with some information that may make life a little easier for them. Yeah. We do have a unique situation. We got married extremely young.
How old?
I was 19. You were 20.
Yeah.
So you had turned 20. You had been 20 for a whole month, and I was turning 20 like a couple months later. But yeah, so we were super young, and we met each other. We were both in the military. We both served in the Army. Mm-hmm. So big ups to the Army.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And so we're gonna share some information. I mean, we do have some really cool hobbies too. So we'll take you guys on some of our adventures, on some of my biker events, on some of Kiki's biking events. She's gonna start doing some road races. Yeah. So we're gonna start filming out there too. That'd be pretty cool. And we're gonna share some of our real estate investing top secrets with you guys.
007?
007 secrets with you guys. We'll talk about that during the first take. Bam, new information. And so you can expect a lot. We love military couples because we start off as a military couple. We understand the cross that military couples have to bear. So we're going to give out a lot of information that can be useful for couples that are in the military. We're going to speak to newlyweds, young parents. We've been doing this couple thing for a long time, so we figure, why not share some information? If a couple of couples if it can help one person, that'd be great. One couple, that'd be great. That'd be 2 people. And and so yeah, we got some adult kids. So we're gonna just give you some of this life game.
That's right.
That's right. Give you some of this life game for free. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is hit like and subscribe because we have all of 0 subscribers.
That's right.
So we started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
We're gonna have to save the here part for like later, but it's coming though, baby. So I've been a mortgage broker for 17 years. I got licensed in 2005. The company I work for now specializes in VA loans with no minimum credit score. That's been kind of like my little niche. That has been the primary way we've been getting these down payments to buy these cribbos to get this passive income. So we're definitely gonna drop some jewels about that. We've been landlording for about 16, 17 years now, ever since I've been in lending.
Right, since 2004.
As a matter of fact, before I went into lending, because we were landlording.
2004.
That's right, we've been landlording since 2004. Mm-hmm. So we have a really, really solid portfolio of properties. So it's up there pretty nice and chunky. So I get to go to Smoothie King and buy $11 smoothies because I'm balling.
Not this week though.
but not this week because that's the first one. So we're going to the first 7 episodes are going to be primarily about the financial fast. Yes, 7-day financial fast.
Okay, tell me about it.
Who made it up? Boom! I made it up. I'm a genius.
Okay.
Ha!
Okay.
I like to find these little tricks to help me stack this dough. So we got this financial fast. I figured, look, it's one way I can trick my family into not spending any money for like 7 whole days. But it's a cool thing because it breaks you out of the habit of spending. So you got 7 days. You cannot, the only thing you can spend money on is gas. That's it. You got to get to work. You got to get the kids to school or what have you. So you can spend money on gas. That's it. But you can't take trips. You can't eat out. You can't go grocery shopping. You have to eat whatever's in your refrigerator. So if you don't have breakfast food and all you have is leg quarters, well, get the hook it up, right?
Better bake them.
That's right. Reach back in that you could chop it up, put like some salsa, some tomatoes if you have some in your refrigerator.
Oh, you can make some things happen now.
You got to get creative.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about as well. So pull them lima beans from the back of your pantry and do whatever you do to cook them. Because I don't know how to cook lima beans, but they taste pretty good with like some what do you cook good with lima beans? What do you know? What's that you don't put?
I like putting corn in mine.
Corn and lima beans? Mm-hmm. I don't remember you putting corn on lima beans.
You ain't got to remember.
Anyway, they must taste pretty good.
You ate them.
So you put them lima beans out on black eyed peas you haven't cooked in forever, and pinto beans or whatever's in the back of your pantry. Pull it out and cook those things. What the 7-day financial fast does is it slows you down and it stops you from spending money for a while. 7 days. It's harder than what it sounds like because you have to plan properly. So like today, today was our very first day of our financial fast, and we made it through day 1 successfully.
Right.
Okay. So for breakfast, what do we have for breakfast?
Smoothies.
We had a smoothie that we made here. And then I had leftover vegan spaghetti. Got to watch that blood pressure. They're trying to put a brother on pills. I went to the doctor. We're going to digress for a moment. Yeah. But they told me I had high blood pressure. They had the pressures.
The who?
The pressures. You know, after the damn pressures, man, they went on pills, and the pills, they be making you slow. You can't really. So what I did was I just shut down all the salt. I can't have nothing slowing down,
Hi, my name is D. Hughes, aka Wolf Knows VA Loan at Mortgage Group Financial, home of the no minimum credit score VA loan. I'm calling on all agents, you, the realtors who are on the front line. We're asking you to take the time. Look at all your clients, those who have been turned down by your primary lender. I ask that you give me a call because here at Mortgage Solutions, we believe our veterans, our active military personnel deserve a second look.
We got a license. We can do these things. It's legal. That's what married couples do. We got couples in cash. That's what couples do. It's real life. It's not for like kids. I'm just saying. So anyway, where was I?
I don't know.
Oh, the 7-day fast, right? Point. So we do 7-day fast. So today we had vegan spaghetti for lunch and then vegan spaghetti for dinner. That's a lot of vegan spaghetti. Yeah. That was because of our planning. See, we should have planned better. Notice I didn't say she should have planned better. I had to say we should have planned better. That's game right there. Because see, the old me was like, man, you should have planned better. You know, good and well. See, jewels right there. Free. Sprinkle them on them right there. Together. Hit the like button or something. I don't know. Share it with somebody. Yeah. It's game.
Notification.
See?
Yeah.
So we should have planned better. That way we wouldn't have to have vegan spaghetti for lunch and dinner. So, but now we got to watch this next week because there's only so many strawberries in there and blueberries in there and whatever's in there. And you're not supposed to stock up beforehand. You're supposed to think through things. So like tomorrow for lunch, we have to think about tonight, like, what am I going to prepare for lunch tomorrow? What are you going to have throughout the day while you're working here at the house tomorrow? Right. So that way, we can stay on task. If you can make it every month with the 7-day fast from the 1st through the 7th, right when you get paid and you plan your month out, that's like 3 months of not spending any money.
Right. And it will help it'll help you with being creative too. It will help
Yeah.
you being creative with the things that you do throughout the 7 days because you're not swiping your card all the time. And when you go back and you look at your bank statements, you'll see that, hey, it's not like constant transactions, unnecessary transactions. You can kind of see the forest through the trees when it comes to what you have going on your bank statement. So that'll be helpful.
Because a lot of times you spend money on, not you, but people in general spend money on crazy stuff. You
Yeah.
have like a whole bank statement full of Dollar Tree, the corner store, Walmart. It's like you just, like you can go through a whole, so it just breaks that up. And then you feel, for me,
Dollar Tree, Dollar General,
all of them.
Family Dollar.
Yep. Taking all of these
Walmart,
dollars.
Target,
Yep.
all that
Yep.
does something to you.
Yeah, drops your account down. That's what it does to you. So you get 7 days. That's like 3 months out of the year, not spending any money. So I feel a win. Like I got through today. I feel
it does. It makes you feel
hell
good.
yeah.
It
All my money is still in my pocket.
Cash
In my pocket. Which leads me to this. Budgeting. Now I run maybe
budgeting prior to the 7 days.
Exactly. Well, not just prior to the 7 days, but budgeting prior to payday.
Right.
You always budget prior to payday. It's like having it's just like for military couples that are currently serving. If you know that you have a field problem coming up, you have to properly plan for this field problem. You know, at your corporate job or whatever you do for a living, you have to properly plan to do your job, well. So you want to budget and properly strategically plan out how you're going to attack the month financially before it gets there. And then another military thing that we learned is inspect what you expect. So 3 to 5 days after you've executed on your budget. So for us, I tend to deal more with the strategy and like which accounts, how much we're going to put in this stock account this month, how much we're going to put over here in this money market for down payments, or how much I'm going to put in this emergency account, or whatever. I'll do all that with keeping in mind the BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal that we have. But Kiki will tend to handle much of the logistics because Kiki runs Wolf House and she has it automated for the most part. And I'm dealing with, my W-2 job throughout the day. So she can handle all the logistics. Plus, she's very tech savvy and she's better at it. So that's the key thing. She's better at that part and I'm better at the strategic part. But we do it together. And that's the thing about it. That's, one thing that is biblical where two can sow 10,000, but you can't do it if you're running alone. So for you husbands out there and for you wives, just because the other person may be better at something, don't just dump everything on that person.
Yes, a lot of load.
Do it together because then now both of you are playing a part in the strategic planning. So when I'm sitting down, we have the vision board in front of us and we're going over what our BHAG is and we're seeing if we're on target to hit our financial goal for the month. And it is then in line with what we're trying to hit for the year. And that is then in turn in line for what we're trying to accomplish with our 5-year plan. And that's in line with our retirement, all that good stuff. We're planning these things together. We're both giving feedback. We're both giving input. We're both talking out, what we would like to be doing in 5 years. Out loud with each other. It gives us
putting it on paper.
Absolutely. And we use vision boards. We do every freaking corny thing that we can to try and move up the economic ladder, despite whatever hurdles are there. How many hurdles are there? That's fine, but I'm going to use these long legs to jump right over them. And to do that, we do it together, right? So we'll sit down together. We'll come up with this plan. And then Kiki will handle much of logistics. So she will be the one that's moving the money from this account to that account, covering these mortgages, making sure everyone paid their rent. They didn't pay their rent, notify me so we can notify the attorney to file that eviction because I will evict you. I would evict you. I'm telling you, I would evict you. Like I keep reserves That way I can landlord like the cool guy, because I will evict you. Like
Yeah.
I would evict you. I'm old school. Like my grandma, like you pay for your shelter, right?
You pay where you lay.
Where you lay.
Mhm.
Now, if there's something that if there's an extenuating circumstance, then we'll have an ear and we'll work it through with you.
Right.
But we don't waste any time. So Kiki will handle all that, and she'll work, and she works closely with like the CPA, and she works closely with the attorney, and so on and so forth,
And the contractors.
and the contractors. And I'm out grinding through these W-2s, trying to push these loans so I can get these down payments. I can buy some more of these cribs, so I can get some more of this passive income, so we can add some more cool hobbies.
Yes.
So yeah, so we can leave an inheritance to our children's children.
That legacy is real.
It is, and it's important to us. So when we do it together, then if there is a hurdle in front of us, we can attack it like a team.
Hello, my name is Kiana Hughes, daughter of Dee Hughes, aka Wolf Knows VA Loans, at Mortgage Solutions Financial, home of the no minimum credit score VA loan. You heard that right, no minimum credit score. If you or anyone you know is an active duty service member or a veteran, you are eligible for a no minimum credit score VA loan. So please get in contact with my dad, D. Hughes, at 919-946-0423 and apply online at www.valoansbywolf.com.
So yes, we're married, we have a covenant, but we are at the most fundamental aspect of what we are is we are a team. So we attack everything together. So that's in essence kind of a little bit of what you're gonna get. Some of our experiences. Let's share some of our experiences with you. What do you think? So give them a little bit about your experiences. I know at one point in time, before you retired from your W-2 job, you were a manager of a.
I was in the IT field for about 15 years or so, and I decided to. We decided that I would retire from my W-2 job and then work full time for our company, which is Wolf House Properties and Development. And that has been it's been challenging, but it's been rewarding as well. So.
And then, so you had that experience, and then you were at 71 Lima in the Army, right?
Oh yeah, 71 Lima, administrative assistant, and that was great too.
She like getting up early for PT. She's bugging out. But she was. Let me tell you something. Let me go to Dr. S one more time. Let me tell you something, boy.
What you get really say?
She was strong as hell. She did 77 push-ups in front of a drill sergeant. Was that AIT or basic training? That was permanent. It was AIT. Mm-hmm. You did a permanent party though.
That was for my
No, you did a permanent party in Germany when we were in bomb holder.
I probably did it.
77 push-ups. Man, I said, man, I got the strongest chick out here, man. 77 push. How many sit-ups?
I can't remember Damon.
She was killing them, man. I remember when you were pregnant with Damon, hell, you were still doing PT.
Yeah, that run was a beast though.
Yeah, you didn't really get along with that run. See, that run was easy for me because I ran cross country. Yeah. My coach is in the Hall of Fame for track coaches and cross country.
That's what. Okay.
Hall of Fame. Gotcha. David Bowden was the man.
He was.
I trained under him.
Okay.
I was really good.
I know.
No, I wasn't that good.
Yeah, you were.
I was all right. But who was really good was my
state.
Yeah, because it was a team effort. I was all right, but I was actually pretty good.
You were.
But who was really raw was my brother-in-law. He just retired from the Army, actually, out of Kentucky. They live in Georgia now. He retired at E8. I don't know. Let me say something to you. All you guys who stayed in like 20 plus years, Jesus wept. I mean, it's like, I don't know how y'all do it. It's so hard. It's so difficult. And especially like when you're married, like you're gonna be gone. Because we were on rotation for Korea at Fort Lewis. It was like, that's 13 months. I was like, whoa.
That's okay.
I was like, 13 months. I said, you can't take your family, unless you're like a high-ranking NCO or officer, like you really can't take your family there. I was just like a peon. I was like, I'll pass.
Yeah, they can have
But I never had to go. I would have went if they told me I had to go, but my ETS date came up before I had to go. So
you signed
I went in and got out, yeah. So I was like, 13 months? Nah, I'm married. If I'm gone for 13 months, ain't no, can't, it's a long time. I got to make life decisions on things that are important to me, and I have a license to do these things. So I'm not shy. If you're married, these are things that you're allowed to do. If you're not married, sorry for you. You're sitting. I digress.
Several times.
Well, this is only our second show because the first one you had us record for 31 minutes. I got to go back to my game.
Fix it.
We recorded for 31 minutes. So we don't even know if we covered everything in this one. Okay, so we talked about the 7-day fast. Mm-hmm. They know how to do the 7-day. Make sure you probably know how to do it. You can probably do the 7-day fast. Should I go back over it again?
Yes.
All right, so you cannot hoard food and all that crap beforehand and
When should you start?
You should do it between the 1st and the 7th. Every month between the 1st and the 7th. We're doing it now, and then we got to get our son to edit all this because, we need a millennials' help. So, because we're Gen X. If you're Generation X, shout us out inside the comments, whether this is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
Give a little something.
Give a little thumbs up.
But
shoot us a shout out on Generation X, the best generation ever.
Right.
But we love all of you, but we rock out. We started the internet.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, we got to get our millennial son to help edit all this stuff and make it look like it's worth something. Mm-hmm. But yes, on a 7-day fast, you can't hoard food. Okay. You just start on the 1st. And the only thing you can spend money on is gas. So you need to pack your lunch, eat breakfast at home or pack it, eat dinner at home. During the weekends, it's going to be much more challenging. Get creative. Mm-hmm. Try and see how much fun you can have during that week.
That's the cool thing.
That's the thing. Try your best to have a ball without spending a dime. Let me tell you something. It feels
you can do it. You can do it.
And you make it every day. Like today,
and get your kids, if you have children, get them involved.
Get them to buy into it as well. Teach them now. And it just feels so good. And and if you intentionally just have a ball and make it through the 7 days.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Just drink the dang Kool-Aid and do it, right? You would have 7 days of not spending any money. And then that next week, right? Because we get spending money every 2 weeks. So the next week, don't just say, I'm going to really ball out this week. No, just take it light and ease into it, right? Maybe don't eat out every day that second week. Maybe eat out once or twice, right? And maybe take your lunch 3 times that week and maybe go out to a nice dinner that weekend, but maybe eat at home on Sunday or vice versa, right?
And it may get good to you.
Yeah.
It may become addicting, and you'll feel good after when you start seeing your bank statements. You're like, okay. And how much money, how much cash you can keep on you. Every 2 weeks, we give ourselves cash, as Dee mentioned, and I put our spending money in envelopes. I put spending money, I put our grocery money, I put our gas, all in different envelopes. So that will help us kind of stay abreast of how much we're spending. And when you know that you have to spend cash, you're kind of a little apprehensive about spending your cash.
Oatmeal cookies and all that stuff inside the basket because you see your envelope getting nice and light. And look, here's the thing. We've been married almost 30 years. I've been to Mazda and we've been living pretty frugal for almost all those 30 years. We made some really tough sacrifices and we've done a really good job with that. I'm going to toot my horn. I work hard. Toot, damn it. So toot. So we can really I can go to Smoothie King every morning if I wanted to and drop them 11 bangers on them and not blink. 11 whole.
Hi, my name is Dee Hughes, aka Wolf Knows VA Loans at Mortgage Group Financial, home of the no minimum credit score VA loan. I'm calling on all agents, you, the realtors who are on the front line. We're asking you to take the time. Look at all your clients. Those who have been turned down by your primary lender. I ask that you give me a call because here at Mortgage Solutions, we believe our veterans, our active military personnel deserve a second look.
Dollars I'm trying to take it a smoothie every day.
Boiling
out. So anyway, But at the same time, like, I'm not giving them all my money like that. I'm gonna take this
That's
7-day
right.
break.
That's right.
And then that next week I kind of ease into it. And then I'll start like racking and stacking my little spending money. There's a method to the madness. First, we're gonna do the 7-day fast. After that, we're gonna start filming couples in cash. We'll be interviewing couples on the panel. So we have other couples and they'll talk. I got some really cool associates and some really cool friends that have a lot of money. And I have them on the show and they'll talk about what they do as a couple, right? And they'll talk about how they budget, how they, how they set goals and things like that. You can learn from them. Each one teach one, right? And they'll be happy to share. And
because everybody's household is different.
Everyone
household
runs
is
different.
Their house a different way.
Right. And you can just pick up some different tips from us. And you can pick up some different tips from them. And then we can all learn from each other. So
that's right.
You can all learn from each other.
You learn from each other.
You learn from each other. So I'm excited about it. We're going to be some cool classes that are coming. I may as well talk about it. One is we're going to be doing couples and cash and talk about how to actually family budget. We're going to be talking about how to prepare menus for your family. So Kiki be doing some solo videos when she's preparing like the menu for the family. Because when you do a menu, then you can strategically plan out certain dishes for dinner on one night so they can be nice leftovers the next night to reduce eating out for lunch.
That's right.
And so you got to learn how to really like tighten your belt and do things because we're really going to get into the really cool stuff later. And one of those really cool things that we really have a passion for, and that's investment property. So we're big on investment property. We're going to be teaching military couples how they can use their VA benefits to get into real estate investing when they PCS from one duty station to the next. We're going to be talking about how you should purchase if you're active duty, measuring things against your BAH.
Right.
We're going to be talking about how you can leverage not only cash flow and principal buy down to tie it in with your retirement. And we're going to have a lot of book reviews. We're just going to have a really good time with it. We're kind of going through a midlife crisis in real life. So we're kind of like bored as hell. And we live like in a place where it's there's a million things to do, but there are a lot of old people here like us too.
Yeah.
So we force ourselves. So we're going to take you guys on some really cool adventures. You should have a good time with us, I think, right?
I think so too.
You should have a good time with us.
We're fun.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of fun. I don't think people really care for our kind of fun. It's kind of weird.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But so we're gonna take you guys on some pretty cool. We got some really. What do we got that's cool? That's gonna come. We're gonna do some filming there, and then they can kind of see some really cool stuff. I think I want to do a show on the next dive.
Oh yeah, that's
so.
Always
And I think the next dive should be the Blue Heron Bridge.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
So we're gonna set up at the Blue. We're gonna get there like at old dark 30, right? Film a show at the Blue Heron Bridge, and then when we dive, I'll take the GoPro and I'll pop some of those in there as well.
And they can see us go down.
Yeah, that didn't sound right. Don't say that again.
It kind of did,
yeah,
though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did.
It did. Kind of nasty good. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh my God.
That's so true.
This is true, yeah. All these inside jokes, like, y'all think we playing, like, we dead serious, like, we serious for real.
All day.
Like, we really like
all
that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got? Oh, I got my military buddy, Warner, coming out for Thanksgiving. So we can film them right here at the cribbo.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Really cool dude. He was my roommate when Kiki and I met in Baumholder, Germany.
Yeah.
I think he was on the other side of the room one day when we were real young and we did stuff.
How old were we? 19?
Young.
We were 19 when we met. Yeah.
Damn. And Warner was in the other
on the other side.
Other side of the room. When we
hearing things. Sorry, Warner.
We ain't sorry shit. We were young. That's what we did. We eventually got a license after that, though. It didn't take very long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's gonna be here for Thanksgiving. Him and his whole family. So they're gonna come here and hang out with us, and we're gonna show them South Florida and have a great time. Yeah. So we're gonna film him. He's a really cool dude. He keeps like meticulous notes. He has like this. He's getting into real estate investing. Mm-hmm. If I can give him a little bit of nudge, I think he has like what's that thing that we say when you just overanalyze stuff. Mm-hmm. When you just plan, and just keep planning. Analysis paralysis of analysis or something. I think it's paralysis. Someone drop it in the comments what it really is. I think it's paralysis of analysis or analysis of paralysis, whichever one. You know, you get the point. But I think that's his thing, so we can nudge him a little bit. It's harder now because these rates have gotten a lot higher.
It is. That's a big thing for people. And you can talk about if now is a good time to buy or not. Because I know a lot of people, they're, you know, when they're looking at the news, they're listening to people talk about the market, and they are kind of like stuck between if they should and should not buy. And I know for our standpoint, we buy what makes sense. So I don't think we're ever going to be in a position, I don't think we are, where we're just like, oh no, never buy. No. We gung-ho for buying, but you buy what makes sense.
The numbers have to make sense. So we're always buying a good deal. Now, we're probably not buying anything for the rest of the year, but not because of the market, because rates are higher. Because the rates don't really mean anything to me. If the deal cash flows, the deal cash flows.
Yeah, so this year we purchased 7 properties.
We bought 7 properties last year.
What's this
year?
This is 22.
It's 22. You all in different years and everything.
Feels like
bugging out for real. We
Feels
bought
like
7
yesterday.
last year.
It feels like today.
We were balling back then, boy. But this year, because we did some leveraging and it was a heavy year, like it was an insane year. And that whole time I was like, this is not going to keep going. I'm really not this fly doing all this business. So let me make sure I get this money, make this money my slave. So the surplus from my W-2, I plugged into real estate and added to our portfolio. So now I can, still eat off that a little bit. But anytime that the numbers make sense, then I suggest, you pull the trigger, as long as you have proper reserves, because I'm not gonna landlord like the nerdy guy. I'm a landlord like.
What do you mean, the nerdy guy?
They finished last. I'm the guy that gets the girl. You see? I'm the guy that gets the girl. But the only way you can landlord like that is if you have proper reserves. Because then you don't skimp on basic stuff. Like if the tenant calls me and the air conditioner isn't working, it's Monday.
Right.
I'm calling the HVAC.
Absolutely.
Kiki would more than likely call the HVAC guy on Monday.
Right.
But if the rent is due on the 1st and it's late after the 5th and they ain't paid, then you don't get that notice.
Yeah.
And I will evict you.
Yeah.
I would evict you.
And you have to know that.
I would evict
and from a landlord's perspective, if that's what you're trying to get into, or if that's what you're into already, there has to be a standard, a level of landlording that your tenants have to be aware of.
But you can't maintain that if you don't have proper reserves, and that's where I was going with that. So you always buy if you have proper reserves, and you always buy if the numbers make sense. So we're going to talk about what's a decent cash on cash return. What's a decent amount that area should be appreciating in value yearly. And we're going to talk about the different levels of real estate, whether it be an A grade property, a B grade property, a C grade property, or a D grade property.
And how to find the right tenant. I think
how to find the right tenant, how to screen. And we screen.
Has to be respected on both ends.
It does. You have to get people who you can work with, and we have different things that we do. We'll talk about that too. How we pick up on how well a potential tenant can reason. Like, can we reason with this person?